is saying keep going. Mocha is saying keep going. Mo Cheese is saying keep going. Matt Farrell is saying keep going. So, and Tiffany Sports and Hill said, don't stop. Woo! I like that line. Sorry. But yes, I will keep going. Lopan is right. Let's keep this thing going until whenever it ends, it will end. It's Friday. It's the weekend, man. We got time. You know, folks getting off early from work anyway, so ain't nobody going to be really working. I mean, at this point, they getting ready to shut it down. So we might as well finish this thing out and have a little fun going into the weekend. So before we do that, we're going to take another break. We'll come back, and I want to talk about the NBA All-Star game, but I want to talk about now who's going to get selected. I'm going to give you my choices of how this draft is going to go down with LeBron and Steph. And you can tell me when we get back, you know, what you think about it. So you listen to the Wait a Minute Show with your host, Jelani JB Bodie, and my co-host, Lopan. We'll be back in just a moment after these messages.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Vince Wright, the sports governor from the great state of Minnesota. Join the rest of us sports zombies on 2 Live Stews Radio. That's right, the boys are back. Doug, Ryan, and the rest of us, including me, the sports gov of Minnesota, Vince Wright, also known to the ladies as the Big Smooth. Keep it tuned here. That's right, 2 Live Stews Radio.
All music artists, lend me your ear. Looking for that hot beat to make your next hit? Go to farrelljaromusic.com. Tired of paying for overpriced studio time for mediocre beats? Go to farrelljaromusic.com. farrelljaromusic.com offers industry-quality hip-hop, trap, R&B, and pop beats that will take your creativity to the next level. We know it's hard to find dope beats out there, so don't waste any more time searching YouTube or whack beat-selling websites. Go to farrelljaromusic.com today to cop the beat for your next hit. Mixing and mastering services available too. Once again, go to farrelljaromusic.com. That's FARROJARRO music.com for the hottest beats in the game.
This is #1 Chief Rocker Jersey Vern on a Recap Monday doing his recap show. We're going to talk about sports, entertainment. We're going to have call interviews, on the spot calls. This is just a show that will bring nothing but passion and joy and understanding to all the listeners on the 2 Live Stews radio platform. The #1 Chief Rocker Jersey Vern.
This is Key C from the
Kicking It With Key C show.
On the newly rebranded 2 Live Stews Radio Network. We will continue to bring you the hottest, most interesting guests and commentary in the areas of social, politics, culture, music, and more. Continue to tune in.
Let's go, give it to you.
Yo, what's good? This is Trey Frazier. This is the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Make sure y'all tune in to us every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time.
He's the brain of operations.
I'm telling you right now, book it!
And him, he's along for the ride. But together, they bring you sports like you've never heard before. The Wait a Minute Show, a new way of discussing today's trending sports topics. And now, back to the show with your host, Jelani JB Bodie.
Chill! Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Once again, it is your man, Jelani JB Bodie, host of this thing called The Wait a Minute Show. And Lopan is in this building as well. And Lopan, say something. Okay, jeez. I say Lopan is in the building, and then that's where you come in and you say, MB. You know, that's how that works, man. Look for the cues, okay? There you go. Now you got the cue, Lopan. Stick with it, man. You've been doing good all week, man. Don't mess it up now. You know? So, speaking of now we got the starters listed for the NBA All-Star game. Now the part comes where basically what everybody has been waiting on. And the format is they play captain. So whoever was in each conference in the East and the West was the highest vote getter. They are the captain. So we're doing it basically like we do it in the streets, the playground or whatever. You got 2 captains, you pick. You go first, I go boom, 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 boom. And then we go until we get through everybody. Now, they may be doing the reserves as well, but let's just do the starters because I think that is going to be probably more interesting than just the reserves. So LeBron is the overall top vote getter. So unless the NBA changed something, he's supposed to be picking first, and then Steph will pick second. And then they'll go, rotate back and forth and pick players. Now, remember, I told you before the break that the players that were on there, other than Steph and LeBron, the starters is James Harden, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, and DeMarcus Cousins for the West. Over the East, Kyrie Irving, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, and DeMar DeRozan. So those are the 8 players that they have to choose from. So I'm going to go through my list of how I think this thing is going to go down. I'm hoping it goes down like this. And I'm going to give you, where I'm at in my mind. Like I'm jumping out of LeBron's head into Steph's head and then jumping back into LeBron, as far as how they're going to try and strategize choosing this team. Now, Steph said he probably just choose all guards. He ain't going to do that. He ain't crazy. But I think he's positioning himself and he's trying to play the mind game because he knows it's going to get back to LeBron and they're going to be like, well, Steph said he's going to go all guards. What do you have to say about that? So I like this. I think they are playing a little chess with each other to try and set up and try and get a feel for who's doing what, on this. But this is how I feel it's going to go down. LeBron picks first. So he has a pool of 8 players to pick from. And I think with his first pick, he would be crazy if he didn't do this anyway. But the fact that he has none of his teammates in there, he doesn't have to worry about that pressure. Now, the other fact is that he has the opportunity to take someone away from Steph that is on his team, is available to him to start off. So I have LeBron going ahead with the first pick, as it should be, taking Kevin Durant. That right there. Now you got LeBron and KD. That's going to be trouble from the get-go anyway. They've never gotten to play with each other in a basketball game, maybe summer league or summer basketball time. But I mean, even these guys didn't play flag football against each other. So I don't know if they've ever been on the same team at one time. So I think LeBron says, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take KD. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be thinking like, well, wait, Kyrie's out there. That is a former teammate not too long ago. Why wouldn't he take Kyrie Irving? Well, because I think it's simple, America. Let me see how I can put this in a simple explanation. KD is better than Kyrie. How about that? So yeah, I think with the way LeBron minds think, he's always trying to think 2-3 steps ahead. So it makes sense. He takes KD, and that he takes KD away from Steph as well. So now he doesn't have his guy. Now that takes off the pressure, for Steph as well, because, I mean, he would have took KD anyway, but everyone would have been like, well, would he ever go away, from his teammate? And I just think the only person that he would have went away from would have been LeBron. So he couldn't pick LeBron. So now it's on Steph. Steph is now picking number 2. And I looked at the rest of the roster and I was going to, put some other guys in here, but I said, you know what? Because he said, he may go all guard, and he can't go all guard, but he may go guard heavy. But I said, nah, he's not going to do it. So he's going to go somewhat guard, and he takes James Harden. And to me, that makes sense, all the sense in the world. You take James Harden, obviously, this guy is a scoring machine. He's a scoring threat. That's all he does, is score and assist. And with the way Curry runs around, and everything. And James Harden is a pretty good assist man. So the way Curry runs around, He can get him the ball. He could run the point. Curry could run the point. But also, this is the other thing. Both of them can pull up from anywhere. So you really got to be worried about where they pulling up from and then going to the basket. So both of them are definitely big offensive threats. James Harden, he plays defense, I think, better than Steph. But the All-Star game really, it's about defense. It shouldn't be about hardcore defense, but it should be about good defense, if that makes sense. You should know what I'm saying when I say hardcore defense. So now you got two guys off the board with KD and James Harden. Now this goes back to LeBron. And I think LeBron is looking at the rest of these guys, and he's like, okay, I still got my guards I need to fill because KD is in the front court, but I got a bunch of front court players. I messed that up. LeBron is thinking that he got a bunch of, front court players. I did say that right. And back courts, he probably can get to a little bit later. So with the third pick, I think I see him taking Giannis Antetokounmpo. So now he got KD and he got Giannis. That front court is long, and you got your outside shooter in KD, but also can take it to the basket. We know Giannis can take it to the basket. LeBron is the facilitator. So at this point, I think LeBron is thinking like, hey, I will just play point, and we'll be good. They got big, they got size, and now they got shooters. Now they don't have the shooters that Steph and James Harden, are. KD helps out a lot. But now it's back on Steph. Grego said Harden would lose his shoe on purpose to avoid playing defense. And Grego, I saw you said I should end the show. You better be careful, man. Lopan will be out tomorrow, if you know what I mean. So now it's on Steph. I think Steph goes with size at this point. I think he's like, I got my guard play, so I'm not going to touch any of the guards. So I think he goes with Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis has been having a really good year, and now he needs someone to combat KD and Giannis. So you got a guy with size. So he goes with AD. I think, that's simple. Now it's back on LeBron with the fifth pick. I think LeBron does what everybody is probably hoping. So this will be more news than anything. He still needs someone to play in the front court. And the only person that's left is Kyrie and DeRozan. He's going to take Kyrie. Of course he's going to take Kyrie. Now, if he takes DeRozan or something like that, now everything will explode because they're going to be like, how could you not? Do you hate Kyrie and everything? Maybe he plays into that just to, hype it up. But I don't think he does because he wants to win. And he can put whatever it is that people are trying to say, might be going on. And I don't think it's true to the side because it's a game. I mean, we saw Russell and Kevin put that to the side to play on the team. So he's going to go with Kyrie with the fifth pick. Sixth pick, back on Steph. Steph still needs to have him another big because, again, he got his front court. So you have Boogie, DeRozan, and Embiid. He's going to go Boogie. I mean, he would rather have DeMarcus and AD playing together on his team because they got some chemistry together, and him and Harden can run the wings. And, Boogie and them can run the wings as well at times. Again, this is an all-star game. So Boogie is going to be his sixth person. And then now, LeBron, it's only two guys left, DeRozan and Embiid. And I think, at this point, he needs to fill out the rest of his guard play. So he's going to go with DeRozan. And, of course, that leaves Joel Embiid, which is his first all-star game. He's the new guy. He's the, quote-unquote rookie, of this team. So he's going to be the last pick, which is, it's not a bad pick. Don't get me wrong. But I just think the way that their heads are probably going to be going and how they're going to strategize, I think this is how it's going to go. So I'm going to recap here for Steph's team. Of course, it's Steph. I see James Harden. Him and James Harden will be in the backcourt, and their front court will be made up of Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins, and Joel Embiid to go against starters for LeBron's team. Will be Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kyrie Irving, and DeMar DeRozan. So you got your front courts, you got your back courts, you got everything that you need. Now,